Ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls, children of all ages, aliens on all planets, and the occasional crazy cactus, we are here with another episode of the North Carolina Live Podcast. I am one of your hosts with the most, the captain of the Hooligan Express, and one of the best on this side of the Mississippi. Tornado McCray, aka Myra McCray, is known by my government in some circles, but y'all know who it is. And on that side, over there, is my co-host. Say hi to the people, man.
Yo, what's good? What's happening? How you living? It's your boy Ricebox26, and we back with another North Carolina Live. How y'all feeling? What's happening?
I mean, somebody out here leaving comments at 5:06. Oh, I'm sorry. 5:18 p.m. 4 hours before we even arrived. I know I set the time up for us to be here and everything, but gee, and there you go. There you go. 5:8 on the dot, bro. That man had us loaded, ready to rock and roll.
He must not have had work today.
Were you off, sir? Kyle, we got to get you a camera and get you on here, bro. At this point, you, YouTube, Mrs. Kyle, Sloth, like we got to get y'all up here on this at some point. Unless y'all camera shy. If y'all camera shy, then understandably. Got off
early. So that's why he's making comments.
I knew it. That man said I got off early. I had nothing to do. I was bored.
I had nothing to do today.
Man. Oh, man. But let's talk about it. Let's be about it. The big news on campus. Michael Malone, the former Denver Nuggets head coach, is officially the new head coach for the UNC basketball team, man. First of all, I'm going to say that. I knew you were going to say it. That's why I left the let's talk about it in there. That's why I left that as a banner in there. But, man, either some people feel like that. There are some people who feel like this. And then there are some people, as soon as they saw that, they said this. And then, there was somebody in the back.
Not on my watch. Not on my watch.
But, hey, Cobb said he don't know how he really feels, man. How are you feeling about this, co-host? How are you feeling about this, my man? What are your thoughts?
Me, I like this better than the Billy Donovan pick, personally. Because I think Mike Malone got screwed out of an opportunity in Denver. Because how are you gonna fire the man right before the playoffs when your team is going to the playoffs for the fourth year in a row?
Because him and the ownership had a beef, had a falling out about how they were going to attack the draft, and he called him out on it.
Which honestly ain't my problem. But it's like if you got a guy that just at that point just recently took your team and won a world championship, the NBA championship with him, why are you upset when he questions how you're going to draft? Because clearly he's figured out how to build your team well enough to win a championship, to go to the NBA finals and win in the finals with a team of guys that before they got there. Because think about it, Aaron Gordon, rotational guy. I forget the rest of the team.
Wow, sir.
Outside of Jokic and Murray.
All right, so Aaron Gordon, rotational guy. Bones Highland, really good. Michael Porter Jr., streaky shooter, but he was solid. Then you had, I want to say they had
And Kai was saying no buyout, more NIL money. Exactly. You don't have to buy. It's like there's no buyout that you have to put in, and even if there was, it's a very low one. Like you don't have to spend a whole lot of money to buy him out of whatever contract he was in, if he was still in one. Because wasn't he like an assistant somewhere?
Yeah, he was an analyst after he got fired. He was an ESPN analyst. Christian Braun was the other. Braun was the other one.
Christian Braun.
He was good. You had Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, Thomas Bryant, Reggie Jackson. That's who was on there. I knew Reggie. I was like, there was a guard that shouldn't have been there, but was there. Reggie Jackson, he was on that team.
We'll see how this actually works out. Very true. We will see how this actually works out. I think it's a good pick when it comes down to. Indeed, I think it's a good pick when it comes down to a guy that, one, knows ball. Two, can make a team. He can get a team to work together. He can figure out how to make a team gel and work out. So his daughter's on the volleyball team at the UNC. Yeah, I heard about that.
Is she?
Yeah, she plays volleyball for UNC.
Oh, I didn't know that. Like,
so he was. He was probably already around some of the big wigs anyway. And somebody probably approached him like, "Hey, you know what? Your daughter go here. I mean, you get to see her more often."
I'm gonna say this, and I'm gonna be as blunt and honest as I can be. I didn't see this coming. Not one bit.
I didn't either.
I'm gonna be that guy. I was shocked. I was surprised. I didn't see this coming. I didn't even know this man was on the radar. Did not have him on my radar. Did not know he was in rotation. And
he's been in the practices on HD.
I hadn't seen him. I'll be the first to tell you, Cobb. I hadn't seen the man at the practices. And if that was known information, I didn't know it.
And you never know. He might have been one of those people just kind of sitting off to the side, not saying nothing, not interfering.
Right. So to me, it shocked me. And when I looked at it and I thought about it, was it a bad hire? I don't think so. Now, am I going to say it's the greatest hire we could have done? That's again, as Tamika pointed out, hey, that is just a wait and see type of thing. We just got to wait it out and see how this goes. Because I don't know. I don't think it's a bad hire. And truthfully, I don't think he can do worse than Davis. Can he? Potentially, yes. Like, there's always room for that. But I don't really think. It's honestly, it's like Cobb said. It's like a left hook from Mike Tyson. You don't see it coming. And when it connects, you're kind of shocked. And you're just like, oh, now is it a left hook from legit Mike Tyson, or is a left hook from Mike Tyson's punch out? Which one can I recover from? Either way, I'm gonna get hit. I got hit and I didn't know.
I mean, either way, it's gonna take a couple of weeks,
right? And
because I look at it like, oh no, you finish your thing first. I'll go to mine.
No, and I'm just saying it made me wonder what was the process, and we'll talk about it here in a second because I have the quotes up here from the athletic director about how they did this. But I was just like, whoa, that was odd. But I like it at the same time, like, something different.
Now, did you see what Coach K had to say about it?
Oh? What Krzyzewski had to say?
Cobb asked, was it a reach? I don't think it was a reach. So Coach K, he was actually on the Pat McAfee show at the time when Malone got announced he was getting hired, right?
Mm-hmm.
So the joke he pulled a joke. He was like, I mean, they hired another professional level coach to play football, and Duke beat them in football this year. So
here's my thing. Because
here's the thing, because Pat asked this.
Benchwarmer Brand had the same joke. Benchwarmer Brand made a video doing the same joke.
So Pat McAfee asked us, like, I mean, what say, Mike Malone getting hired over there, you know him, y'all are like, y'all know each other personally, like, are you ready for the times, UNC about to come back, start dominating the Duke boys, and UNC's about to make championship runs again, so on and so forth. And he's like, I mean, they also hired a professional coach for football, and we beat them in football this year. So I mean, we'll see what happens. But no, but he did say that he does like Mike Malone as a coach. He said he thinks he's a very good basketball coach. Didn't have anything negative to say about him. And I once again I agree that I think Mike Malone is a very good basketball coach. I think he got screwed out of a position. I think he should still be coaching in the NBA right now, but things worked out how they worked out. And U2 says UNC and Lloyd had an agreement, but Arizona made a final offer at the end, which I figured they would because the ball was in their court.
What I'm seeing is, and based off what U2's comments, I immediately looked it up, and this is from Yahoo Sports a few days last week on the 3rd. And it says North Carolina told Yahoo Sports sources they offered Lloyd a contract with more guaranteed money than the $7+ million he'll be going forward with at Arizona and a larger resource pool of player procurement. But for Lloyd, however, money wasn't what had him thinking seriously about North Carolina, to the point where one source said the expectation as recently as Tuesday or Wednesday was that he'd probably be the next Tar Heel coach. It was whether Arizona's administration, led by Suresh Garamella, described by sources as a novice in the world of collegiate athletics, understood Lloyd's vision of how to make the Wildcats a sustainable power. I guess he did.
Yeah, because I remember seeing a thing talking about how Arizona was going to try to do Arizona and Michigan both were going to do whatever they could to make sure that they retain their coaches. So I wasn't surprised that Lloyd stayed in Arizona. Like I'm not surprised that I'm not surprised Dusty Mays decided to stay where he was going to stay.
The man just won a championship. Why would he leave?
I mean, we've seen it happen.
And here's the thing, too.
I'm hoping for a great assistant coach staff. That's another big deal. Whatever his staff is going to be is also going to be a big major piece to him being successful. Because I think we're going to end up having to go through the same possible one season of adjustment first.
Depends on what
I think is probably going to happen. I said depending on who he brings. I still think I think Malone himself will probably need, like I said, either half a season of adjustment when it comes down to the front office related stuff of college basketball. When it comes to the game itself, I think he's going to be fine.
Here's the difference. And Krzyzewski and Benchwarmer Brand, I'm talking to y'all specifically. I respect the jokes. The jokes were great. Not even going to lie to y'all. They were funny.
Y'all funny or whatever.
Yeah, y'all funny or whatever. However, I'm going to say this. One, even though it was 25 years ago, Malone did coach college. He was an assistant college coach. He wasn't like Belichick that just went straight pro and never went to college. You know what I mean? That's one thing. Two, we ain't got no 2 young girlfriend antics to worry about with Malone. So the distractions are at a minimal. Like right now, everything's at a minimum. We cool off of that. We ain't got to worry about that.
Very true.
So I'm happy about that.
Very true.
And 3, at least Malone's championship was within the last 3 years.
Also very true.
At least his championship was in the last 3 years.
Also very true.
I'm just saying.
Because I look at it like, yeah, at least he's been coaching at a high level more recently than Belichick by comparison. 2, it's in a sport that that he hasn't fallen off in, and the fact that he didn't have a particular coaching job wasn't because he was bad at what he was doing, but it was because him and the front office didn't agree.
We knew it was HD knew he was out once he lost in the ACC tournament.
Yeah.
Once he lost the way he did in the ACC tournament, it was wraps. It was wraps.
So I ran into Coach today, right?
Uh-huh.
I ran into him today.
Uh-huh.
And we were talking about it because he brought up the Duke UConn loss. And he's like, if the first thought you had with Duke losing to UConn was good for Duke, glad that happened to them, then I don't think you really understand rivalries or basketball at the time. I told him first thought I had was, dang. That shot went in. Now, also as a North Carolina fan, I was like, yeah, take that, Duke.
Hold up. What do you mean I don't understand rivalries if that was my first thought?
And it wasn't just you. You were saying some people who just look at it from the standpoint of like, yeah, we just don't like Duke. Because the game itself, because me and you can both agree, the game itself was good.
Yeah, but I wanted Duke to lose. I was hate watching. Do I want a good game? Yes. Do I want Duke to win in a blowout? No. I want a good game, but I want Duke to lose. And honestly, here are my two things: Duke losing a heartbreaker or Duke getting blown out make my day. They make my day. I'm sorry, not sorry. That's the whole point of a rivalry to me. Like, you want, obviously, there are certain aspects where you want your rival to be on their A game. Like, anytime UNC and Duke play, I want everybody there. Like, this second time when we played them at the end of the regular season, I wanted Caleb there. I wanted that because I want there to be no excuse, no reason, no doubt, X, Y, and Z. I wanted to be like, yep, we beat you in your stadium with our players. And because we lost, because Caleb broke his thumb right the day before, it's just like, bro, what are we doing?
Because I look at it like this. I do not enjoy Duke getting blown out of games as much as I do them losing heartbreakers.
I can't say that. I am 50-50 either way gives me the same amount of joy. Either way gives me the exact same amount of relish and joy, and I just love the anguish they feel.
Good for you. I can't agree with you. The reason why I can't is because of this. Because in a blowout leaves you with so much room to make an excuse. A heartbreaker, you lose by a final shot at the end of the game, to see all those fans in the stands and the players, the level of anguish on their face at that point, chef's kiss.
I would disagree. I think it's the other way.
Because getting blown out, people can just get up and leave. You just walk out the stadium. You ain't got to be there. Stadium could be half empty by the time the game over. A game that comes down to the very last second, you sitting there watching it happen. Even with the game against you, to watch that ball leave that boy's hand and splash like it did, and to watch all them Duke fans go from to crying in the stands, all of that, chef's kiss.
I would disagree.
You'd be disappointed in a blowout. You'd be disappointed, and like I said, walk away from a blowout. You can't walk away from a heartbreak.
Here's the thing. So I get what you're saying, but I think the reason it might be off. And here's the reason why I say that. I heard more excuses being made in that win than if they had got blown out, because all the excuses, the refs kept them in the game. Caden didn't do this. Why didn't we do this? Why didn't we so many excuses to why they blew a 19-point lead. In a blowout, you are getting
is at the press conference along with Derek Dixon. Derek Dixon went to the dang transfer portal, so why? Whatever.
Here's the thing: with a blowout, you are getting smacked. You are getting beat down. There is no room for error. There is no excuse. You got beat on all fronts, and you can't sit there and say the refs cheated you. You can't sit there and say, so and so they're against us. It's unfair. No, you're getting smacked on all levels. Now, there are some blowouts where, yes, we've seen definitely situations where refs got involved way weirdly and far off in odd situations. But in a blowout, when you're getting blown out by a team, it ain't even close. It's like, yep, that is the team to be. Because, for example, had Duke kept their 19-point lead, had we kept the 19-point lead, against VCU, would we be saying that VCU had a lot of excuses as to why we beat them? Would UConn be saying, oh, there were a bunch of excuses that gave? No, they wouldn't. But when you lose a night to me, the best loss is this loss that happened. You were up big in the exact same fashion that you talked about us. 19 points.
The
19 points. So no, it's not even a heartbreak. To me, it's just
it is a heartbreak.
Oh no, it's a heartbreak. But I'm saying to lose in the same way we did, as you were talking so much junk about us, and all I saw were Duke fans sitting there.
We should let everyone who entered the portal go.
All I saw
19-point leads, and not to be funny when it happens to them. It's not too funny when it happens to them. True.
Like when I see that, and I'm sitting there, you talk so much junk about us, and all Duke fans now have been saying, well, y'all lost in the first round, and y'all team was tragic. Well, guess what? Here's the thing. We told y'all, we've been saying that since the top of the year. Like, since the top of the calendar year, we've been saying the way Davis was coaching his team, it wasn't going to be great. But also, I keep going back to this. Y'all have not won a championship more recent than us. Y'all are the ones who keep pulling this number one talent and these number one recruiting classes and these top stars that are going number one overall, the Zion Williamsons, the Cooper Flags, the Cam Boozers, the Jason, all these top talented players. Y'all keep saying every year, yeah, who is Duke? Who is UNC? It's like, who is UNC to Duke? Duke keeps pulling out all great NBA talent, X, Y, and Z, yada, yada, whoop, whoop. And yet, who has the most recent championship? Who's been to the Final Four more times in the last 10 years? Who? Y'all want to sit there and talk so much junk about us, but we have the better record than you. We've been to more Final Fours than you in the last 10 years.
Now, speaking on that, right? There was one thing that we talked about that we both 100% agreed on, that Chef John over at Duke cannot lose like that next year.
Oh no.
Because if he does,
he will be on the
out.
hot. I won't say he's out.
First train out.
I won't say first train out, but boy, if the right coach is available, he might be.
To have 3 straight Final Four exits, 2 of them on heartbreaking loss. If you have 2 of them on heartbreaking losses,
bruh, that man,
like, they're going to remove him from the seat.
If he doesn't make the title game next year, he's on the hot seat.
If he does,
especially if he loses again, especially if he gets another number one star and top 10, top 5 recruiting class the way he did, the way he's done these last few years.
Because once again, to have a 3rd straight heartbreaker loss, Duke will fire him. Because remember, last year, lost to Houston after blowing a 7-point lead with 40 seconds left in the game.
Yeah.
Blew a 19-point lead and lost with 3 seconds left in the game this year. As the number one overall team in the tournament. And if you do that a 3rd time,
and we kept,
here's
the thing. What do we tell Coach? Coach said there was no team that could compete with Duke all in the entire tournament. None. You remember him saying that, right?
Man was confident.
Man was confident. And what did we say? We said there's a team that can compete. And didn't I tell him? Remember, I said flat out UConn. Did I not tell that man UConn could compete?
Listen, he said it. And it's even funnier. He also said that he thought the way that UConn won is he 100% thought St. John's was going to do that to them.
Oh, he do that to Duke?
He said, watch St. John's steal this ball, make it last minute thing. He thought that's
how I had St. John's beating Duke in my bracket. I had St. John's beating Duke because I said if there's a coach,
Tommy should be their head coach, but I'm not going there.
I don't care. Listen, when it came to Duke and St. John's, I said if there was a coach that knows how to be a team full of number 5, like 5-star talent, it would have been Rick Pitino. I've seen Rick Pitino win a championship after one of his star guards, the Kevin Ware year, flat out snap his leg, and they have to play the whole tournament without Kevin Ware. And Louisville went on to win that tournament. And the funny thing is, I picked Louisville to win the tournament that year because I was in my college freshman dorm. I remember it like it was yesterday. And my roommates, we did a bracket. My roommates, Harley and Pierce. They said, Myron, who you got? I looked at the bracket. I looked at everything I saw. They called me stupid because I think they said Kentucky. They picked Duke. Like, it was like Kentucky, Duke. I want to say Baylor was good that year. And I just randomly was like, you know what? Louisville. He said, Louisville? I said, yeah, Louisville's going to win. And I was watching the game when Kevin Ware snapped his leg. And I said, damn. I was like, damn, I think I'm over. I think I picked the wrong team. Lo and behold, I look like the Oracle at that joint.
So I got a statement wrong. It wasn't that people don't understand rivalries, it's people don't understand March Madness.
Okay, if you want to say that, then that's different. That's
what
different
people
statement.
don't understand March Madness because we've been talked about it. Because he's like, with March Madness, it used to be, let's say like 20 years ago, it used to be the Cinderella story. It used to be you wanted to see that one Cinderella team make a deep run into the thing and win the whole thing.
I still do.
Now it's like, okay, no, it's like now you don't particularly have Cinderellas anymore because this year you didn't really have a whole lot of Cinderella-like stories this year. You only had two in the first round. There were only two, like, oh my God, they won kind of games. St. Louis and Lehigh.
Yeah, you ain't have like the 3 beating the 14, the 2 beats the 15. Shoot, you ain't have the
because you had High Point beating Wisconsin, and then you had VCU beating North Carolina. That was about it. Every other game, people was like, okay, yeah, no, I kind of expected to go like that. Now, the St. Louis game against Georgia, people expected some people more than not expected St. Louis to beat Georgia, but they just weren't expecting them to beat Georgia by 25. So overall, the rest of the tournament was played out kind of how a lot of people thought the tournament was going to play out. But overall, you still have now group of 5 teams or mid-majors with legitimate talent that can compete in these tournaments now.
I think that's what it is. The mid-major, the level skill between the mid-major and the Power 5, the Power 4s, Power 5s has shrunk,
especially in basketball.
Dramatically.
Now the other thing is, we talked about this too. The other problem is what you're about to see is a lot of these guys that you saw at mid majors who were balling out. You're not going to see them at the mid majors next year.
No,
they're going to transfer. A lot of them are going to end up transferring to Power 4s, which is going to have. Which is okay. That's the whole point of you going to the mid majors, so you can get to the Power 4 most of the time. So it's not to be unexpected, but it's like sometimes you hate to see it, especially if you had a mid major that did very well in the tournament and did very well during the season, and you want to see that team run it back. It does spoil that a bit.
And that's what I say. But I'll also say we got spoiled with the mid majors during the Butler and VCU years, like the Brad Stevens, Butler, Gordon Hayward Butler years, and then the VCU Shaka, and then the VCU Shaka Smart years. Gonzaga ain't no mid major. Ain't never been a mid major.
I've never seen them that good before that.
Sir, they won a championship with Adam Morrison back in the mid-2000s.
I didn't care.
Okay, let's say that. I was about to say
Gonzaga. Like I said, I didn't see them that good.
Okay, I was about to say Gonzaga always been.
That was my full statement. Is I didn't see them that good before that, so I don't know.
Because
to win a championship in the mid-2000s still.
I mean, we got a championship in the mid-2000s. Like, what are we talking about here?
We had several championships in the mid-2000s.
Mid-2000s, we had the 05 title and the 09 title.
We had more than one.
I hate this man, bro. Like,
What am I
he said
wrong?
he said we had more than one.
We had more than one.
Bro, like, that man,
I was like, apparently Gonzaga won it at some point.
Yeah.
I didn't see it. He saw it. I don't know.
Yeah, because
all I know is that we won more than once. That's all I knew. Nobody else mattered.
That man said all that matters. He said we got more than one. Like, bro.
I'm just saying, listen, like once again, because it's one of those recency bias things. Have they won it since? I mean, I've seen that they made some kind of runs. I've seen those.
That man basically said, "What have you done for me lately?
What have you done for me in the last 15 years? Not what North Carolina's done."
Well, I've been lied to. You're right. You're right. You are right. I've been cheated and lied to. I feel stupid now. I'm stupid. You want to know why?
Why you say that? Listen, Michael Malone said his dad was a big UNC Dean Smith fan. Okay.
Oh yeah, we did. Dang, I forgot about that, bro. I forgot we beat Gonzaga in the title game in 2017. Like, I remember we won, but I forgot who we beat. I forgot we beat Gonzaga in the title game in 2017. And then the mid 2000s, they made the final four. A couple of times, but yeah, they actually did not win a championship. So you are right, sir. I am wrong.
I will go ahead and I will humbly accept this W. And we'll move on.
Dang. Because they made the title game in 20 when we played them. And then because it was Justin Jackson coming in. And then they made the title game again and lost to Baylor in 2021. Damn. Can y'all get over the hump? Please?
Listen, man.
And I think the reason why is because I've known since the mid 2000s, Gonzaga was always really good at basketball. And I used to wonder, and the other thing was, I was like, where's their football team? And that's when I started really looking at like college sports and realizing that not every school has all sports. But like, bro, because look at these records just from the 2005 season alone, right? 2005 on 29-4, 23-11, 25-8, 28-6, 27-7, 25-10, 26-7, 32-3, 29-7, 35-3.
Jackson and company, and we lost to Kansas, right? Yeah, we did lose to Kansas. I do remember that one. Hated that one.
It's like, which one we lose to Kansas?
I think that was about 4 or 5 years ago, I think.
Oh, was that the Hubert Davis one? Where he got us there? Okay, yeah, when he got us there. Okay, I do remember.
Because we got to the game and we lost, and Kansas handled us. I ain't even gonna lie.
Yeah, because then you got
that was a hard one too. Because I thought we had them.
Yeah, because you got 35-3, 28-8, 37-2, and that was the 2016-17 where we beat them in the 2017 title game.
Caleb Love.
Then you got 32-5, 33-4, 31-2, 31-1, 28-4, 31-6, 27-8, 26-9, 31-4. Like, bro, they always got a good basketball squad.
They've all been a solid team.
Mark,
they just can never put it together.
Listen, Mark Few has put together a great. That man been the coach since the 2000s. Damn. Longest 90 since 99, 2000, longest tenured coach in
I'm about to say, speaking of coaches with tenure, there's a big shout out to the head coach at UCLA. And big shout out to UCLA for believing in the vision for 15 seasons.
Oh yeah.
Big shout out to them for that, because it's hard.
Because the simple fact of the matter that the UCLA women's coach has been there for 15 years, and UCLA did not fire her, did not let her go, and they stick with her until she brought a championship. Got to give credit where credit is due there. Got to give shout out to UCLA's administration. Hey, also, kind of like the fact how none of us got that right. I picked UConn. He picked South Carolina. Who was it in here that picked Texas? I know somebody in here picked Texas.
I said somebody in here picked, so they couldn't beat UNC.
I want to say it was Kyle, but I'm not 100%.
So funny thing is, I think no, I think it was you two. I think you two said Texas.
Somebody in here said the Texas women's team was going to win it all. So the fact that we all got that wrong, that just goes to show the greatness.
Kansas also beat Roy when they took the ball out of Lawson hand by trapping him the whole time. True.
Yeah.
Kansas did beat Roy.
And wasn't there it is. You two picked Texas. I knew somebody did.
Yeah.
I knew somebody.
I think it was you two. So, and let's speaking of some changes, since we got a new coach, we also might have some new players with this transfer alert. We got players already in the
I'm not happy about it. I'm not happy about it.
We forgot to even go over what Malone said about his stuff. We didn't even say anything.
Listen. We were talking, and I mean, I can talk about it because I did say we were going to talk about like Malone and then what Newmark said about the process and how they picked Malone.
Yeah, we'll roll back to it. So with the 7 players in the portal, only one of them is a starter. So, Derek Dixon is in the portal, Jonathan Powell's in the portal, Kyan Evans in the portal, Zayden High, Isaiah Dennis, Jaden Young, and James Brown. So I'll admit I am a little hurt to see Zayden in the portal because I was in that man's corner for the whole
you and me both.
So yeah, we was in that man's corner. I was, like I said, I was a little hurt. I was a little hurt that Derek is in the portal, but like Kyan Evans, honestly not all that surprised. I mean, I don't think you didn't get the burn that you probably should have gotten to help you improve throughout the season. Powell didn't get it. Dennis didn't get it. Young didn't get it. Brown didn't get it. There were times where they definitely should have been on the court for longer to help them get some more experience on the court, help them kind of gel with the team a little bit better, but that you didn't get that. So, I mean, I understand that y'all want to go. There's still potential that Zayden High may stay with the team. He did say that in his transfer statement. He said whether it be at another location or here at UNC. So we'll see what happens with that. I don't know about anybody else's statements because I didn't look at none of them. I was more like, okay, I mean.
Here's my thing. This is my personal anecdote. None of these, I'm not saying anything bad about these gentlemen when I say this statement. Like, this is nothing against them. If I were in that position, this is only speaking for myself. I can't speak for them. Obviously, they got different situations. I wouldn't transfer in a situation where the coach just changed.
Right.
I would give the new coach 1 year, unless it's like legitimately my final year and I know that if the place I'm transferring to, they've said, hey, you're going to be a starter. Like, you are guaranteed a starting spot. Like, if you come here, that's the only reason I would transfer in the midst of a coaching change. If I have multiple years left of my eligibility, I would give the new coach 1 year to see if this vision works for me. Just to see, hey, I know the last coach wasn't really working for me. That wasn't my vision. I'm going to give you 1 year to show me if I'm a part of what you're about to try and build. If not, then I leave. But
that's where
if you have, again, 1 year of eligibility left and you're trying to go somewhere where you start and get your burn and enjoy your last season and get that love and admiration as a starter, Okay, cool. That's an exception I can willingly see.
And G2 says, I think a lot of them guys are looking for more money, just my opinion, which is very possible, especially with how the
That's
NIL goes. All makes
That's a
sense.
very possible
Especially when
statement.
you got a new
I can't
coach
even
coming
disagree with
in.
that.
Yeah, with a new coach coming in with a higher contract than the last coach, it all makes sense.
I can't even disagree with that statement.
I don't disagree with that statement either. Because I was also thinking it's okay. It's most of them are lower minute guys. A lot of them are probably trying to leave to either get, like you said, better opportunity when it comes down to minutes and getting burned on the court. And like you two said, some of them probably leaving for better opportunities for money because they know they may not hit that next level. Cool. All of that makes sense. There's even some guys that left North Carolina that went and balled out this year. Like there's one guy at Michigan that moved, a couple of other guys. So you never know. I think, and I agree with you on this, I wouldn't have transferred just yet if I know I have another season. If I have another season, if I have 2 more seasons left, at least, I probably wouldn't have left. If I had more than 1 season left on my eligibility, I would have stayed, saw what we got coming in with the new guy and his new staff, see what they talking about. If it didn't fit me, the first time the transfer portal opened up again, I'm going in the transfer portal. I'm out. But outside of that, if it's one of those things where, okay, this system fits me, this is what we're looking at, oh yeah, then let's ball. But I'd at least gave it a shot at least during off season to see what it looked like.
And that's my thing, especially considering this isn't like the transfer portal of old, where if you transfer, you lose that year and you have to sit out that year. You still got time. You still got time to make something shake. So that's just me. But I know the biggest question, and we rotating back to it. The biggest question a lot of people asked is, how did this come about? And like you said, let's talk about it. So with that, number one thing is, hey, was Mike Malone on the list? Was he the first guy up there? And the new athletic director, or the incoming athletic director, Steve Newmark, he spoke on the process and he said, quote, Michael was the first coach we engaged with as a part of the search process because of his reputation as a selfless teacher and innovator who brings an incredible ability to connect with players and get the absolute best out of those he mentors. He is a brilliant coach who will deliver a modern and disciplined approach to leading our men's basketball program, which is critical in the current landscape of college athletics. Carolina basketball is unique and special, and we have hired a leader well-suited to continue our championship tradition. Honestly, I was shocked that he said Malone was the first.
Yeah,
because I know a lot of people who were probably on the same boat as me, thinking that they went down a list of people. And
a lot of those guys lack confidence in their skills. It's a new coach. Everyone starts over. True, because like I said, I know Kyan Evans was having problems all season.
Oh yeah,
because he didn't look anywhere close to how he looked when he was in Colorado State.
And here's the other reason why I don't necessarily believe, but I think it's the PR answer. Is you had sources at North Carolina saying, yo, as early as Wednesday, they thought they had Lloyd from Arizona. Yeah. So you're going to sit there and tell me Malone was the first guy that you engaged with? Like, that was your number one, top of the list. That was your first guy. And you passed on him and were about to sign Lloyd. But because Lloyd backed out, you then went back to the number one guy?
That's my thing. Like, wow, how could he be the number one guy if Lloyd was the guy you were about to hire?
That doesn't make sense. So either A, Malone wasn't the number one guy, and you went down the list a little bit, or B, y'all weren't really set on Lloyd in the first place. But even if so, we got confirmation that y'all had Lloyd like right there. Y'all were willing to pay more money than Arizona. How did you go back? How is he the number one guy?
Or Malone was the first guy you contacted, but he wasn't the highest priority guy on your list at the time.
That's possible. However,
other guys are still the other guys that you wanted were still in the middle of coaching in the tournament. They were probably harder to get in contact with. Lord knows. They were probably harder to communicate with than Malone was. Like Malone was probably said, they said, I heard Malone was.
That's what I'm thinking.
And he probably did. He
probably
was first. He probably was number one option. He probably said no at the time. And then they came back around and asked him again. He was like, you know what? I thought about it. Sure, I'll take the job.
Because in my mind,
out for another NBA opportunity. So you never know.
Here's the thing. In my mind, I'm just looking at it like I'm not going to talk to the first person, and they're not my number one option. Like they're not my number one. Now, if Malone said
it and talk to you first, and you not be the guy that I want immediately.
Yeah, you not be the dude I'm trying to. I want on the team X, Y, and Z. Actually, he said it.
Malone actually said that.
Did he say that? I need the quote for that one because I didn't see that. I know he
said Malone said that out loud. Then okay, then we can't say nothing.
Okay, if that's the case, then that means they just spun the block once they sent the "Hey Big Head" text, and he said, "Okay, you can come over." North Carolina spun the block and came through.
It's like, fine, here's another $2 million. I bet.
What you doing tonight? Pulling up. Open it. Unlock the door.
Unlock the door.
Unlock the door. I ain't playing with you. And then to follow that up, so you also had Chancellor Lee Roberts who spoke on the hiring of Malone, right?
Mm-hmm.
And he said, "This is a defining moment for Carolina basketball and for our university, and it calls on all of us to embrace our shared responsibility to steward its future. Michael Malone brings a rare combination of experience across every level of the game, from roots in college basketball to an NBA championship that reflects both the evolution of the sport and the enduring values of this program. He has learned from some of the most respected coaching minds in the game and understand what it takes to develop players, leads teams, and sustain excellence over time." Honestly, that's not a lie.
So that's a lot of big words.
It's not a lie when you consider this man took a guy who was drafted during a Taco Bell commercial and made him into the three-time league MVP or perennial three-time league MVP and essentially one of the greatest centers ever to play basketball.
Very true. Very true.
He took. They
said it was on his first interview and not the presser. So it was actually in the first interview that he had about the position, I guess, and not his press conference.
He took a Canadian and made us love him more than Drake.
About Murray.
Yep.
That man said he took a Canadian
and made us love him more than Drake. Here's the bad part. Have this. I don't even have this podcast. When it comes to Drake, so it wasn't much for us.
I'm about to say that Drake can kick rocks and break his toe in the process.
Jesus Christ. Okay, Kendrick.
I said what I said.
Jesus Christ, Kendrick. He said, "I hate the way that you walk, the way that you talk. I hate the way that you dress."
He's not wrong. I do.
I do not like the way Drake dresses. It is weird, very weird.
I don't like looking at him.
I'm shocked. Jamal Murray's only a one-time All-Star.
It's a popularity contest. He ain't popular.
I mean, it is, but still. Like Jamal Murray being only a one-time All-Star, but y'all made Ben Simmons a three-time All-Star in the man. I hate this. It's a popularity contest. I hate this league.
Told you, it ain't about process no more. It ain't about skill sets. It's about how popular
y'all made this. I forgot about that. I'm still pissed.
I feel like they were trolling.
Nah, I'm still pissed off.
Trolling when they did.
Genuinely speaking, I'm still pissed off that Ben Simmons won that 2017-2018 Rookie of the Year over Donovan Mitchell. And I was like, Donovan Mitchell had a better record on a worse team in the harder conference. How does he not win Rookie of the Year and had better stats? How does he not win Rookie of the Year over Ben Simmons? And Ben Simmons had a year in the league, even though he was injured. The man was with trainers and got to watch NBA basketball for a whole year. I hated that rule. I hated
They did
it.
it for the Eagles. My thing is how you win Rookie of the Year when you ain't play your rookie season.
Right.
Like when you've been in the league for 2 years. When you've been in the league for 2 years, how are you still a rookie?
Like because here's the other thing. If you go and play in the rookie sophomore game when they used to do it back then, which team would you be playing on? Which team would you have played on, Ben? The rookies or the sophomores? Exactly. Ain't that some boy? But I do like this to end on the Mike Malone talk, because we've been talking about it for literally the first hour because it was like the biggest news that we got this week. I love this message, and I want y'all to tell me what you feel about this Tar Heel Nation. So, Mike Malone, he said this. He said, I'm excited when talking about Duke and UNC. He said, I'm excited to be a part of that rivalry. I want to add to that rivalry. I want to win, and I know that Duke is a program down the road, and they've had success. But as I said earlier, I didn't come here to be second best. I didn't come here to lose in the first round of the ACC tournament. I came here to win and win at a big level. Hey, I don't care what you say. That's the type of talk I need. Because this that same energy he had for the Lakers when they got mad that he was trolling the Lakers, and everybody was like, the Lakers will sweep the Nuggets in 5. Mm-hmm. And then when the Nuggets beat them in 5 and then went on to win the championship, Mike Malone will talk it now. Mike Malone will talk it. And they came back the very next year and beat the Lakers again in the playoffs. And it's like, I think the Lakers were like trying to purposely avoid the Nuggets after that second time.
I would too after I got embarrassed the first time. I'm just saying. After the man came out, talked his smack, and backed it up, I'd be embarrassed too. To which any normal person would look at you, of course you'd be embarrassed. You should be embarrassed.
Right.
Y'all supposed to be the best team in the NBA.
Right, man. But speaking of the best, got to give a huge shout out, man, to our men's lacrosse team. Shout out to the North Carolina men's lacrosse team, because they have now been slotted as the #1 team in the nation across multiple polls, man. And these polls are basically the U.S. Intercollegiate Lacrosse Association coaches poll and Inside Lacrosse Media polls, both announced Monday that UNC is now the #1 team. UNC, they've been winners of 5 straight games and 2 consecutive top 3 matchups. And this is the first time they've been back on top of the polls since March 22nd of 2021. And with that, the Tar Heels have held the #1 ranking in the coaches poll for 35 weeks in program history across 9 seasons. Right now, the 10-1 this spring, including a 1-0 mark in the ACC conference play and a perfect 7-0 mark at home. The perfect home slate thus far is the best open for the Tar Heels since 2015. And in this voting, UNC, they earned 26 first place votes, and they're one of 3 ACC programs ranked within the top 10. I think the other one,
UNC lacrosse ain't nothing to play with.
Yeah, because I think they got a match up with that women's team nice too, boy.
Like I said, UNC lacrosse ain't nothing to play with.
Here's the thing about it, bro. I ain't even gonna lie to you. Like, lacrosse nice like that, but is it just me, or has lacrosse seemed like it gained a lot more following since probably around 2010? Since 2010. Since 2010, I feel like there's been an uptick.
Nah, the year me and you met is when the uptick happened. When I was at that play against sports, do you know how many people would come in looking for lacrosse sticks?
Bro.
Or pads or helmets or whatever? Bro. I'm telling you.
I didn't even know at that time, I didn't even know lacrosse was that big
down
Bro,
this way. And
my
I was like, what
only
do you mean?
my only literal run in with lacrosse, my only understanding of lacrosse, you know where it came from? It came from watching The Express, the Ernie Davis Heisman story, where him and Jim Brown were tossing lacrosse and talking about lacrosse. I'm like, bro, is lacrosse really that popular? Then when I went to DC, bro, lacrosse fields everywhere. I'm like, bro, I see more lacrosse fields than I see hoops.
Bro,
And they just playing pickup, not even organized. Pickup lacrosse. I'm like, is that a thing?
Listen, where I went to school, lacrosse was dang near non-existent. I leave for a couple of years, go down to Charleston, see all them people wanting to do lacrosse in Charleston, come back up. When I tell you there's whole lacrosse clubs up here,
bro.
Whole AAU level lacrosse clubs.
I'm saying, I said, I ain't know
Heck,
y'all got busy like that.
Even down the street from one of the stations I work at, if you look across from the gas station at the school across the way, you can see them doing lacrosse practice right now.
Bro, even here, I've seen a few lacrosse fields, and I'm like, bro, when did lacrosse just get this bit? To me, lacrosse gained popularity the same way pickleball's gained popularity now. Like, just out of nowhere, just everybody's on it. And I'm just like, bro, when did... Like, I feel the same way about Chick-fil-A too. Because you remember when we were younger, Chick-fil-A was not loved like that, especially because they had the educational toys, and nobody really wanted to rock with the educational toys. And then all of a sudden, out of nowhere...
nobody rock with the kids' meals. Yeah, nobody rock with the kids' meals.
Then out of nowhere, I'm seeing lines in Chick-fil-A. I get to college because, I was overseas for high school. So, I obviously missed like that 2008 to 2012. I was overseas for high school because I was a military kid, for those who don't.
I'll tell you this.
Come back, boy.
I think what one of the biggest things that happened was between that 28 to 2012, when Chick-fil-A's boosting popularity went out, a lot of churches closed down. A lot of churches closed down.
Chicken?
Yeah, church chicken.
Okay. Hey, the way you said that, I was like, not they just shut down the church. I was like, Chick-fil-A closed on Sundays anyway.
Shut down the church. But yeah, so a lot of churches' chickens started closing down, and Popeyes fell off because that's why they had to do the chicken sandwich thing. And Bojangles was really at that point only known for like 3 menu items.
And KFC wasn't trying to up their
game. And KFC changed their recipe.
I do remember that. They also took away the popcorn chicken again around that time. I do remember.
Then they took the popcorn chicken away.
They took that away right as I left. I said, bro, why?
Yeah. So like then they started changing their menu up, and Chick-fil-A had stayed 10 toes down the whole time. So when everybody realized, one, Chick-fil-A ain't change up on us. Two, at least when I go there, it's a pleasant experience. So I'm about to talk up a whole lot about Chick-fil-A because I ain't never been mad at a Chick-fil-A attendant, and if I was, it wasn't for long.
I've been mad at a Chick-fil-A attendant one time, just one.
Exactly.
Time. And that was because that was because the individual purposely, like, their coworker even purposely gave me an extra 2 sandwiches because they've been difficult all day with a lot of customers.
Yeah,
I apologize, and they gave me an extra 2 sandwiches. I was like, oh, word, bad, cool, all right.
Because at the end of the day, it's like, okay, so it's like Chick-fil-A lemonade is the bomb. It is pretty legit. Don't ever get it. So, now Chick-fil-A worthy?
Oh my God.
Oh, now Chick-fil-A
Oh my God. Oh my God. Now she's about to kill us. She's like, oh, now Chick-fil-A worthy. Now Chick-fil-A is worthy. Ma'am.
We're not going to do that because, yes, Chick-fil-A is still a good spot. We talk about how their popularity went up. Their customer service is A1. Nobody said it wasn't, but their chicken is B+.
It really is. The chicken is not. Listen, I'm gonna be honest with you. The chicken is not worth the wrapped around line that y'all be putting out.
Don't
there.
mess with her Chick-fil-A. I will say it again.
I'm gonna say it.
The customer service is what makes the chicken good. If they had customer service like Popeyes, Bojangles, or all these other regular chicken spots, that chicken would be Zaxby's at best. We're gonna sit here and admit that Zaxby's has better tasting chicken than Chick-fil-A, but nobody's trying to pay Zaxby's prices.
I'm gonna say this: Zaxby's has better tasting chicken because Zaxby's, one, is crunchier chicken. Two, which is a preference for people. Two, they actually season their chicken pretty well.
It's actually seasoned chicken.
Yeah, exactly. Because I will say this: the one thing about Chick-fil-A, is it solid? Is it a solid chicken sandwich? Yes. I'm never disappointed when I get it. Is it a sandwich that has a lot to be desired in terms of looks? Also, yes.
Like I'm occasionally disappointed with Chick-fil-A.
Like, because I'll look at it, I'm just like, all right, I just got this chicken breast, this chicken cutlet that's been slightly grilled, slightly cooked.
It's been mildly fried.
It's been mildly fried with one pickle, and I gotta put whatever sauce on it that I want. Possibly,
if you got a nice attendant, you get 1.5 pickles.
All right, I get 1.5 pickles, and then I get the waffle fries, which may or may not have salt on them, and if they don't, I'm disappointed. Like the salt that does or does not be on the fries. Like I don't care who you are. If them waffle fries don't got salt, then waffle fries are not great. They're not great.
And I will tell you right now, I have found a place with better waffle fries than Chick-fil-A.
I mean, I wouldn't be surprised.
And you know where the nail in the coffin comes in for it. It was QT.
Oh wow.
QT makes better waffle fries than Chick-fil-A.
I ain't gonna lie to you. I ain't never tried a QT waffle fry.
Bruh, they got a good crunch to them. Salted pretty much perfect in my opinion.
Oh man. I'm just saying, like, Chick-fil-A, is it good? Yes. Is it worth the 2 lines wrapped around that y'all be doing? No.
Occasionally.
Only reason I will agree with you and meet you in the middle is because they're quick. It's a gas station.
It's a gas station. It's a gas station.
They might not have no QT where you at.
He may not have QT. So Cobb, y'all got Sphinx where you at?
Or a Wawa?
Or a Wawa. I can't say Buc-ee's because it's not on the level.
But Buc-ee's is a whole different beast.
QT's not Buc-ee's level, but it's like just above Sphinx. It's like literally like this to Sphinx and Wawa, in my opinion.
QT is I feel really comfortable going to a QT. Like if I had to make anytime I go somewhere, if I'm driving, if I see a QT, I know I got a lot of light. I know I feel safe. I'm never worried. I'm never worried in a QT.
Okay, he's closer to Virginia, so
he's got like a Wawa. He's got a Wawa.
So QT's like a little bit of a higher scaled Wawa.
Yeah. Now I will say this: they ain't got the subs like Wawas because I used to live in DC, so I get it. They ain't got the subs like Wawa, but QT is essentially a higher end Wawa.
Like QT is the only place I will buy a hot dog from. Are you serious? A gas station over Godly Chicken?
Over Godly Chicken?
Yes, because QT is quality waffle fries.
I can't consider it Godly Chicken.
They got sheets. So
they got sheets.
So yeah, your Sphinx equivalent.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. So it's basically like a better. It's
a better sheet. It's a better sheet because
it's a better sheet.
You got sheets up here. It's a better sheet.
Yeah. Because and to you once again. Yes.
Hey, here's the bad part. All she said was gas station chicken. She said
QT Not just gas station, because
That's what I'm saying. That's what I'm saying. She just that's how she wrote it.
Well, she said a gas station, but no, not any gas station is going to be pulling this off. Don't get me wrong here, because I ain't going to just any gas station and getting fries. Heck, I'm barely going to any gas station and getting food off the shelf.
I was about to say
that's not sealed. That has not been sealed, vacuum sealed in a bag.
I was about to say if I go to a gas station for some food, I am definitely very selective on the food that I'm getting. And 9 times out of 10, it is not anything off the hot menu. Y'all be having
no, not at Sphinx or QT. That's the only 2 places I'll get food from. I don't even get food from 7-Eleven. And you know how big a deal people used to make 7-Eleven? I walked into a 7-Eleven for the first time in years, and I'm confused. It looks like a Speedway got beaten by a Circle K.
Okay, I was about to say, hold up now. I kind of like a Speedway here and there. Like
it was like a Speedway. They got beaten in the streets by a Circle K.
Listen, Speedway
under the heat lamp.
Speedway got me through a lot in college, bro.
Also, I will get the chicken from Sphinx under the heat lamp, but it's only like 2 things. I'll get 2 of the same thing.
He only gets it when it's fresh too. I
either get the chicken sandwich first thing in the morning when I go to work, or I get the breakfast burrito once again first thing in the morning when I go to work.
That man said, "I ain't coming back here at night." What you think?
If it ain't either at 4:45 or 6:30 in the morning, I'm not buying it.
Y'all know why.
I get a chicken sandwich from time to time.
Y'all know why he say those times, right? Because he know that's exactly when they change over.
Well, shift change. New hands. Now I'll go to QT and I'll go to QT. I'll buy a hot dog from over there.
I ain't gonna front to you. If I buy hot food from your location, that means I trust your location. I like QT, because 9 times out of 10, what I'm getting, if I'm getting food, I'm getting the wraps that are in the plastic bins that are sealed. I'm getting that chicken Caesar wrap. Or I might get the fruit,
the slushies, candy, and chips. That's exactly that's normally anything else that I get from any other gas station.
No. Hold up. See, why are you putting your wife through this, bro? You only get slushies, candy, and chips. Now your wife got to be worried about your health. I know she been on you about this for years. I know she has. Why are you doing this to yourself?
He just goes to Chick-fil-A on the way home and makes up for it.
Right. She be mad at him, and he just
the only day he can't get away with it is on Sunday.
Hey, he pull up, babe. Here's the bad part. That man probably got a stash of Chick-fil-A just in case. He's like, she be like, but it's closed on Sunday. He'd be like, I got Jesus.
Jesus made a way. The Lord made a way.
The Lord provides. The Lord provides. And speaking of being provided, hey,
apparently Bill don't provide nobody with the money they owe.
Hey, our first Belichick off-field story of the year, of the spring year, and Belichick is getting sued.
So Bill Belichick, I keep some gift cards now. See,
I knew it.
You got them stashed away so she can't find them all at once.
Hey, he puts one in her purse every time she get mad. That way, when she goes in her purse walking away, she's like, "Oh, where did I get this?"
He's like, I thought I spent the last one.
And he'd be like, "Yeah."
So apparently, Bill Belichick has been sued by a house painter.
Yep.
Because for nearly $300,000 after he claims he was injured on a job at one of the football coach's Nantucket Island properties. My thing is, so Andrew Jackson alleges that he was seriously injured after falling at Belichick's home in June 2024, according to a complaint filed Thursday, April 2nd, against 45 Fair Street LLC in Nantucket. As a direct and proximate result of the fall, plaintiff sustained serious bodily injuries, including a severe right ankle injury, together with pain, disability, medical expenses, lost wages, and other consequential damages. Jackson is suing Belichick for $285,436.39. And the North Carolina head coach bought the 4-bedroom, 4.5 bath, 2,854 square foot property for $4.8 million in May 2024. Here's my problem with this. One, you are an LLC, sir. Two, it is not unless the area you were working in was dangerous before you got there, which once again, as a blue collar company, as somebody who does this on a professional level, you should have known how to navigate this and do this safely in the first place. It is not the homeowner's fault, unless the homeowner was directly involved with your injury, that you got hurt on your job. One, my other question for you is, one, were you there by yourself? If you were, that's an OSHA violation. Two, if you were not there by yourself, where was your spotter when you got hurt? Where was your partner during this situation, or the rest of your team during this situation in which you got hurt? Three, the injury itself, how was it caused? Did you trip over something? Did you fall? Were you on a ladder? Did something collapse? What happened? Because at the end of the day, this literally comes back to you were not working. You did not make your work environment safe enough for you to properly do your job. This is your fault, sir. I hate to say that, but as somebody who's worked in construction and currently works in emergency medical services, scene safety is the first thing that you have to deal with.
Yep.
Like working delivery jobs, heck, even working for paint companies. That I wasn't a person on the job doing the painting, but once again, your first objective when you go onto a work site is to make sure the work site is safe for you to work in. If you did not do that and you got hurt, there's not really much you can do in the case of suing. You can sue him all you want. You're not going to win. So unless Bill did something purposely on his end that put you in danger, which I doubt he was, because he clearly wasn't at the Nantucket house. Because why would he be in the house while you're painting it? I said jokers love to sue trying to hit it big. Yeah, you got hurt on your own time, bro. And like I said, if you went in there by yourself, that's even worse. Why did you not have a team that went with you? Because if you have a team of people that go and paint, guess what? You couldn't have lost wages, because guess what? You can send the team to the jobs.
As I'm reading even more into it, here's what is being said as I'm looking into this. He says, 1, Jackson claims he fell at the work site suffering a severe ankle injury. Jackson allegedly suffered pain, disability, lost wages, and medical expenses. He contends that he has incurred $61,000 in hospital expenses, $4,600 in doctor's visits, $2,000 in physical therapy. Jackson also alleges he lost around $167,828.25 in wages, and that he will lose another $50,000. It's like,
and that's Bill's fault. How?
He says it's his fault because I'm pulling from like multiple sources right now. He says according to the Daily Mail, Handyman Jackson says Belichick improperly maintained plastic sheeting or coverings to protect the floor and furniture, which created a dangerous and unsafe work environment, thus led to Jackson suffering a severe ankle injury. Now,
it says self-premeditated. That's not Bill's.
Now, here's the other thing. He says Belichick owed Jackson a duty to use reasonable care to maintain the premises in a reasonable safe condition, to inspect for hazards, to warn of dangers of which it knew or should have known, and to coordinate the site in a reasonably safe manner for lawful workers present there. And the statute they're using, it says defendant breached his duties by, among other things, A, causing, permitting, or allowing unsafe conditions to exist at the premises, B, failing to maintain the work area in a reasonable safe condition, C, failing to inspect the premises adequately, D, failing to remedy hazardous conditions it knew or should have known about, and E, failing to warn plaintiff of dangerous conditions, F, otherwise acting negligently in ownership, operation, management, supervision, maintenance, and control of the premises. Here's my thing. and I think you might be able to agree with this statement. If you were able to say, Bill improperly maintained plastic sheeting or coverings to protect the floor and the furniture, which created a dangerous and safe work environment, why did you continue to do so? If you immediately can recognize, hey, yo, why isn't this done, or why isn't this done correctly, then why would you continue to do the job? And because the way this sounds to me, and on this basis, it's like maintain plastic sheetings and coverings. It sounds to me there's a plastic thing on top of the floor that you see, you operate, and you didn't check to verify if it was safe or not first. Like Bill might have left the sheetings on the floor and be like, hey, yo, here's where you go. You're the painter. I put the stuff on the floor for you. And you not doing your due diligence to double check to make sure that, A, he put these the right way, led you to go up the steps. You just were like, yeah, well, and then when you fell, you're like, oh, it's his fault. No, sir. You cut a corner. You cut a corner expecting a guy who is not a professional at this job to do what you to probably do something that you need to have professionally done.
That one, I believe, and like I said, I've never had anything professionally painted, so I can't tell you. But from what I understand, if a paint company is coming in to paint a room in your house, normally it is the paint company's job to lay the plastic down on the floor and to remove the plastic from the floor once the job is done. And if it does take multiple days to do it, they will leave the plastic flooring on the floor to, just like I said, to protect the floor and whatever else is down there from paint staining and so on. So you're telling me you left it in Bill's hands, to which we still don't know whether or not Bill was even in the home at all.
I think it's safe to assume he wasn't.
It's safe to assume that he wasn't there because spring practice is going on right now. So he's down here. May 2024,
had he been there,
2024.
Had he been there or anything of that nature, or even if he was, let's say he wasn't in the home at the time, but he was staying there, so on and so forth. I'm pretty sure if somebody fell, he would have got notified like the next day by the company, been like, hey, yo, this happened.
And on top of that, even if he was in the home, there is no reason for him to go in the room with the plastic on the floor, to mess with the plastic on the floor, for you to come in and now it'd be unsafe. Just like I said earlier, it makes no sense that you, being a professional blue-collar worker, come into that room or come into a work site and not guarantee yourself that this work site is safe for you to operate in. You still went in claiming that the plastic on the floor was unsafe for you to work on, and you still worked anyway. And you got hurt anyway. And now you lost wages because you didn't do your due diligence of rechecking to make sure anything was damaged or anything was moved that shouldn't have been. Which, once again, if you're painting a room, there is a very high chance that they have removed all furniture and all obstacle out of the room so you can lay the sheeting on the floor so you can properly do your job without obstacle. If there is any obstacle on the floor, is an obstacle that either you left or an obstacle that was too great for you to move from the room so you could properly do your job.
Also, let's call it for what it is too, because you spoke eloquently to that. I agree with everything you said. And it goes to this comment that Cobb said. Joker's trying to sue. Joker's up trying to hit it big, right?
Mm-hmm.
You and I know how people operate. You and I know how shady they can be. Who's to say that this gentleman was not sitting there doing his job, playing around on his job on the ladder or whatever, or just happen to just naturally fall.
Mhm.
And rather than file for workman's comp, which he knows probably wouldn't have hit for nearly as much, he decides the better route is to sue the rich man that owns the house. That sounds like a play I can easily see somebody doing.
And not
Easily
just that,
see somebody trying to
not just
hit.
that. Sue the rich man almost 2 years later.
I will say this. You and I both know the courts can take a long time, especially with lawsuits. So that may have actually that genuinely may have been filed and just now getting here.
And like I said, and then I can also understand not trying to file workers' comp because I've had coworkers who had partners that filed for workers' comp, and they were trying to get in and out of courts and hearings and stuff for workers' comp for 2.5, 3 years.
Right.
And still ain't never received it. So I understand not wanting to do workers' comp. He don't want to take off for court. They're hoping for a payoff, of course. And I'm pretty sure, and I don't doubt Bill's gonna take this to court. Because once again, it's not Bill's responsibility to make sure your work site is safe.
It's not.
It'd be different if Bill offered to do that. He'd be like, hey, what can I do to go ahead and get this preset for you? So that way to make it easier on you. I can understand that.
And
but
even then,
from what I understand, your general process is you're supposed to go in, lay the tarp down, then do your paint.
And here's the thing though. Even if he says, hey, I can go and lay that down for you, unless it is in legal writing, Bill's not legally obligated. Bill's not legally obligated
Jordan
to
does.
do that.
And they know that.
Lord, now. Oh my God. Oh my God. I think it's what
you know it was good. You know it was a good one. You know it was good.
Oh Lordy, Lordy, Lordy.
The guy actually received workers' comp and is now suing. Oh, so he did get workers' comp.
What?
Actually received workers' comp and now he's suing.
Oh yeah, no, excuse my language. Get the fuck out of here, bro.
But yeah, like what he's hoping for is that they settle for the $300,000 or they settle for something. That's what he's hoping for. He's hoping they settle for at least the amount that he's originally suing for, or something else. That's what he's hoping for. Me personally, if I'm gonna go to court, I think right now is the best time to go to court.
That is hilarious on multiple levels.
Jordan has more time to spare than Bill. Exactly. Send Jordan.
Why are we making age jokes?
I don't even think he meant it that way. But that is funnier now that it's not funnier than that.
That's why I read that. I said it was all. I was like, that is funnier on numerous levels because that's immediately how I read it.
Like now that I know it's an age joke, that is hilarious.
I
read it as she ain't busy.
I read it as he's 77, she 26. Y'all want to go to court and send the young one? We ain't got time for Bill.
I also looked at it like this.
Bill gonna die before the
listen, I looked at it like this because you know how I know she ain't busy?
Because she ain't doing a book tour?
Not even that. There ain't no headline with her name in it
yet.
I specifically said yet. So yeah, like I said, until like her name ain't come up on no news article yet. So
maybe she learned after last year.
She ain't busy.
Maybe she learned after last year. But speaking of, in regards to
busy,
our quarterbacks,
this quarterback room, because boy.
Man. So gotta ask, man. I gotta ask, who is going to be our QB1? And when I tell you, like, thinking about it, coming in here, you got these 5 gentlemen competing for the spot. You got Billy Edwards Jr., the 6'3", 228-pound grad student Wisconsin transfer, who will be rocking number 9 in spring practice. I don't know if he's rocking that for the season, but sometimes they might change from spring to summer, so I don't know. Then you got Miles O'Neal. There he goes. This man been praying on that downfall since January.
We are so back.
Hey, that man been praying on the downfall since January. All
That man
right.
prayed every day.
Sloth, I'm gonna need you to do me a favor, my boy. Go ahead, pray for everybody in this chat. Me, him, yourself, the Cobbs, you two, Miss Kelly, everybody who's in this chat right now, who's been in here and commenting. Pray for us to win like $1 billion, and we all get our cut and go our separate ways. Like we all get $1 billion, keep it pushing.
Heck, I'm even cool with 750.
750, I'd take it, bro. Like, just pray for us, bro, because obviously you got same year delivery. You got same year delivery. You know what? In young boy we trust, I guess. In young boy we trust, I guess. I ain't believing them, but I guess I came through swerving. But
so you know something. I don't know none of that boy.
Hey, listen. Hey, and YB,
I receive it.
I receive it.
And YB, we trust.
That's the only time you'll ever hear me make that statement. Hey, but then you got Miles O'Neal. Miles O'Neal, who is
going to any UNC.
We might.
We're gonna try to, for sure.
We're gonna try.
We definitely gonna try.
If we can make that work, we're gonna definitely try. Try to go to a home game. And then we made a joke last week about us going to the Duke game. And to me just causing chaos and be like, start the car. They're mad. They're mad at me. He's like, did I say all of them? Newkirk ain't that tall. I know he ain't that tall.
Have to come to the state. He said, have to come to the state game. Yeah, that is here. That is at home this year.
Ooh, that would be a good one. That would be a good one.
Yeah, we'll have to see what the ticket prices look like. But
yeah, you got Miles O'Neal, redshirt sophomore from Texas A&M transfer. He will be rocking number 8. Then you got Taron Dickens, the 5'11", 180-pound redshirt junior from Western Carolina, transferring. We don't know his number yet. Bill don't even know where he's at. You got the only returning quarterback who played last year. The only quarterback that we got returning that played last year, Notori Newkirk, who will be the sophomore rocking number 10. And then Travis Burgess, the freshman that we've been talking about since last year, 6'4", 193-pound freshman, will be rocking number 3. All right, co-host, as of right now, who you got as QB1 week 1? Who you think is going to be?
Thinking Miles O'Neal.
You think Miles O'Neal?
I think Miles O'Neal.
Really?
Mm-hmm. I think with the bigger front, because like
he is 6'5". Dang.
Yeah, but I say 6'5", 220. Texas A&M on top of that. Like I saw him play at A&M. He looked good. Decent pocket presence, strong arm. Cobb said Tom Brady.
Cobb said Tom Brady.
Like it's gonna be a very tight race between Edwards Jr. and Miles O'Neal, because I'm pretty sure Taron Dickens is probably going to be third on the list, if not possibly fourth. I don't think he's going to be fourth, but I know he's not going to be the starter. He may be more like the gadget QB, more than likely.
Mm-hmm.
They may redshirt Newkirk this season, and Travis may get redshirted. So you never know.
I'd be surprised.
Like I would redshirt Newkirk.
I would have redshirted Newkirk last year.
Well, the way that's as tumultuous as the quarterback room was last year, I can see why they wouldn't. Because I'm a little excited about football this year. Same.
I'm just saying. Honestly, obviously experience is going to play a big factor. So that leans heavy for O'Neal and Edwards Jr. because they played at these bigger schools, the Wisconsin and the A&Ms. You know what I mean?
College and NFL. Yeah, I would say it's all looking pretty good this year so far.
I genuinely think Travis Burgess has a shot at taking the starting job.
I mean, all of them have a pretty good shot.
I think Travis Burgess has a shot. If he can, because the upside is going to be crazy. If Travis Burgess, he doesn't even have to do better necessarily. If he can go band for band with Edwards and O'Neal, because I think Edwards and O'Neal, out of the other four, I think Edwards and O'Neal are going to be the top two, right? If Burgess can go band for band and match them as a true freshman, and you have a grad student and a redshirt sophomore who would be a true junior, to me, that immediately is like, hey, yo, that's the future right there. Go ahead, lock him in. Now, granted, when you get to those certain moments like the state game, the Duke game, like when you play in these bigger games, the TCU, and the crowd gets loud and everything's shaking, you're going to see what he's made of because he hasn't been in that environment. But if he can go tit for tat with the most experienced QBs on the roster, why wouldn't you give him the keys? If he's already showing the same level of poise, precision, decision-making, accuracy, and overall flow of an offense, the way your experienced grad transfer quarterback is, and your redshirt sophomore from the SEC are doing, who you know are battle-tested, that to me tells me that freshman is way above his years.
He's not getting the starting job, though. And not because he's not based off talent. Remember, he just had surgery back in September. So it's going to be whole on based on where he's at rehab-wise. If he's not ready to go physically, he's not getting the starting job.
I think he's ready to go because he wouldn't be doing spring practice if he won.
I mean, you can still be at spring practice and just be in non-contact.
Not on a torn ACL. Here's the thing: torn ACL recovery. I ain't gonna put you out there like that. The reason why I say that is because you're gonna be rehabbing more than spring practicing.
What does it say? It's the same thing with the NFL. You're still at spring workouts and spring camp. You're just rehabbing off to the side more than anything else.
That's where I will say my vernacular just differs. Because when I say you're at spring practice or you're at OTAs or stuff like that, you're participating. You're participating in that. Like if you're just
supposed to be you're participating.
Yeah. That's what I'm saying.
When you go back and look at reports and you go back and see press conferences and things of that nature, yeah, you still be in the middle of OTAs and still be in the middle of spring practice. But when you ask about the guy who's supposed to be there participating, it's like, oh yeah, he's here. They participate in walkthroughs, but outside of that, they're over on the other field rehabbing and doing their workouts.
To me, you're not there. To me, you're in rehab, which isn't bad. It's not bad by any means because obviously you got to get healthy and do your thing. I'm just saying, if you're there, when I read, oh, hey, so-and-so is here at practice, so-and-so is here, I'm reading that as so-and-so is completing all the drills that everybody else is doing. They're not still rehabbing. They're not off on the practice field or whatever. If you're rehabbing, go rehab. For example, Ike Ekwonu for the Panthers. He's not going to be, even if he's physically at OTAs for the Panthers this year, no, his timetable's not there. So I'm like, he's not at OTAs in my mind. He's rehabbing. He's just in the vicinity.
Because I read it, I've gotten to the point where I read it now as you're present at OTAs. Like you're physically present at the camp and at the OTAs.
I haven't physically gotten there. Will I ever? I don't know. But I will admit,
and that's okay.
I get why you get there. I physically haven't gotten there.
Yeah, no, I've had to get to that point now where I've had to think about it on both ends of the front. Like, okay, no, I know this dude got hurt pretty severely last year, but you're talking about, hey, he's reported to OTAs. And then when I'm starting to go through articles and press conferences and things like that, and I'm not hearing what he's doing at OTAs, like he's not out there with the ones or the twos or taking reps here, taking reps there. I'm like, what the heck happened? Right. Then I found out, oh, he's over there with the training staff rehabbing. Right. But I'm like, okay, what was the point of you telling me he's reported there if he's going to be rehabbing the whole time?
Right. Don't tell me that.
So I definitely get where you're coming from. But that's the reason why I say outside of that, if he is physically ready to go, come like legitimate let's say by spring game or something like that. If he is ready to go, he's suited up, all that. Oh, then by all means, because I don't doubt any of these guys have any. So I heard Travis isn't taking any snaps.
Okay, all right. If he's not taking snaps by now, yeah, he ain't playing. I'll agree.
So yeah,
I'll concede to that. If he's not taking snaps by now, then I'll concede he's not playing this year. He's going to redshirt.
Yeah, because I haven't heard about him taking any snaps or any reps like that. Because I was with you two. Like I've only heard 3 of the quarterbacks. I've heard of Edwards, O'Neal, and Newkirk taking snaps right now. I think Dickens is too. I really would like to see the competition between Edwards, O'Neal, and Dickens.
That is gonna be good. I wish we could have.
Especially
I wish we could have gotten them passes.
Yeah, I wish we could have got those passes, but It is what it is.
Damn.
We just gotta get a bigger. We gotta get more people.
Yep, we gotta get more people. That's all. That's all. That's the goal. That's all it is. And then moving on, man. We also lost another hit today. 4-star safety Marquise Bryant decommitted from UNC.
Yeah, I saw that. There was somebody else that decommitted too.
Yeah, so 4-star corner, and he was the number 188 overall player on the Rivals big board. Announced his decommitment on Wednesday. On April Fool's Day is a wild day to do it too. That was low-key childish.
Just he knew nobody was gonna believe it.
He's like, my recruit is 100% open. He told Rival, and obviously this sets Belichick and his staff back for the 2027 class because Bryant was their highest commit and the only one from inside the state from North Carolina, which is wild. And among the 35 offers Bryant currently has on the table is a mix of ACC and SEC, including Auburn, Duke, Georgia, and Ole Miss. However, Tennessee is one team to watch in this situation. He said, Tennessee staff showed me around and where I would fit into the new defense. He said, the coaches talked to me a lot and really expressed that they like my football IQ. They told me to come in and compete. Part of me wonders, what changed to make Marquise decommit? You know what I mean?
What is this?
What?
So hold on. Hold on now. Travis might be in the mix.
Why you say that?
That's Travis right there.
Yeah. Oh, this from the link. I should. Oh yeah.
You can tell he ain't full because you can still see the limp in there.
He ain't fully there, but
he getting there.
He taking snaps.
So, shout out to the Tar Heel Tribune. This is from today's practice.
And these are snaps that I see some taking. Obviously,
it looks like lineman driving drills.
Right.
So yeah, that left leg still there. That right leg still ain't all the way there yet.
Also, what if that's just the way he runs?
I mean, if that's just the way he runs, and that's just the way he runs.
I'm about to say the other quarterback got a huge brace on his left leg. Oh yeah, that's
he's got the big knee brace.
Hold up, that's Edwards right beside him.
So yeah, you got Edwards, Burgess. I think that's O'Neal there. Newkirk's over here.
Newkirk's that's Dickens.
That's Dickens.
No.
Right here?
No, Dickens is 15. Because Dickens was the only one. No, Dickens was the only one I didn't have a number for.
That don't even look right. Because
unless these are two quarterbacks that we ain't never known, because everybody else is taller than him. Because 10 is
they got to win and everything will work itself out. They're not real snaps, no throws. It's like it's just like drills. But the fact that he's padded up and still moving out there is a big deal in my opinion. Quarterback season. I think that's O'Neal right there, number 8.
Yeah, O'Neal's 8.
That's
Edwards
Newkirk
is
over here,
9.
number 10, I think. Yeah, Edwards is 9. I think that's Dickens here, 18.
Now 15 looks real short. I think that's Dickens.
Hold on one second. Time to investigate.
Like, cause I'm looking myself. Oh, you're not there. Then who are these other two?
So Dickens isn't there yet? Okay.
Then who are these other two on the roster right now? Hold up. Now I'm
DJ Mazzoni and Andres Miyares Jr.
Okay. Okay.
He got booted from WSU, so he's got to work his way back via community college.
Oh.
Appreciate that, Heel.
Okay.
Academic integrity issues. Got you.
Got you. Yeah, he might not even be there. He ain't competing for no starting job.
Yeah, we may end up seeing him next season.
He ain't competing for no starting job right now.
Nah, not at all. And if he does, I watch him show up just before the beginning of the season. But once again, he probably won't be eligible to play till next year.
But yeah, but I'm kind of sad that we lost Marquise, and I kind of wonder what made him change his mind.
Because I saw the walk-on. I saw another couple of guys on the other side of the field at the beginning of that video. So there's a couple of guys over there too.
But yeah, I think we said what we had to say about Marquise Bryant. Sucks to suck. Sad that he's gone. And just one of those things where it's just like, eh. But on a positive note, sir, I will let you know. Recruiting season, it's your favorite time of the year. It's your favorite time of the year. And we have another recruit. We have another recruit here. A Mr. Christian Alvarez, who will be coming in here shortly because he is for the class of 2026. Here's a three-star interior offensive lineman, 6'4", 295 pounds from Montvale, New Jersey. Played at St. Joseph Regional High School. He's a number 51 player in New Jersey, 191 interior offensive lineman nationally, and 2,306 player nationally. Fun fact, Alvarez plans to both wrestle and play football at UNC when he confirmed his signing letter on Thursday. Because in addition to football, Alvarez is a nationally ranked heavyweight wrestler and a standout shot putter for track and field. Christian Alvarez was a double state champion this year because in December, St. Joe's Montvale won state football championship, and then 4 months later, Alvarez won New Jersey's heavyweight wrestling title. So that man about to do both this year, which is crazy to believe. But
so Dickens will come like Gio did. Yeah, tough to come in late. Her Queese Bryant recruitment 100% financially driven, so probably wanted a bigger bag. Makes sense.
Sorry, I don't know what was going on there.
Oh, basically, he was catching us up on some stuff.
Okay, her Queese Bryant recruitment 100% financially driven, so probably want a bigger bag. Okay. Yeah.
It is what it is. But we figured stuff like that was gonna happen. Like it is the nature of the beast at this point.
But with that, sir. Oh, hold up. Stop video. There we go. I got some film for you. Do you want the film?
Always.
Got some film highlights for you. It's Christian Alvarez, full season. Here we go. Do.
Okay, right. Left tackle.
Oh.
Good base. Good finish.
Hey, that end just like the way his legs just buckled. Like he was trying so hard. All right, good pull. Hey.
he didn't want no part of it. 14 didn't want no part of that play.
Nope. Get him out of here. Low-key holding.
That's hold.
Let's hold it.
Had to pull up and hit the button real quick. That was good, Beats.
Hey.
Oh, I missed that one. That's all right.
Hold up. You want me to go back? See. Oh, they got him on defense right now.
Okay, nose tackle.
Bow.
Hey, good play.
Destroy it all. Ooh.
Good job of turning your guy. Turned his shoulders, everything. He had that one.
Oh, God. Jesus. Oh, they playing at the Jet Stadium? Oh, yeah, there was the state championship.
They are in New Jersey on top of that.
That is the state championship. They do be playing it. Oh.
Great block. Great reach block.
Hey.
Great zone blocking.
I'm just going to send you on your way. Jesus.
Play's done, buddy.
that man 25 yards.
He's like, I don't know where he's at. I just know where he ain't, and that's in front of me.
Hey, I love the way how he finishes a play.
Oh yeah,
that man don't stop.
He came back into the play.
See, come here.
Sure, he might have been able to go up to the next level on that one.
He ain't take it on two. Hey,
that dive at the end.
Flying squirrel. He said, "Flying squirrel." Why are you doing number 6 like that?
Got away with that hole too. Boy, that was a hole.
Ooh, that's low-key.
Good drive. That was good. No, that was a good one.
Hands outside the pads. You ain't thinking they gonna call that?
Couldn't tell. White gloves.
Wow. This guy here.
Good block there. But nah, it looked like he did, but he had him like right here. I think this kid can be a stud for us. National level wrestler, state champ wrestling. He built different. On top of grip strength gonna be crazy.
Oh, you ruined that whole screen, bro. He made great blocks and you ruined the screen.
Slipped.
Oh, he tried to choke slam this man. Oh, God. You see what I'm saying? Like, it's great engaged, but he's like hugging from the outside. If he keeps it tight, you see what I'm saying?
I'll say it now. That hand, like the handwork, could definitely. Apparently, the private school Catholic league is the best up there too. Oh,
I mean, he's got the talent. He's got.
He's got the raw talent for it.
I just don't want him to have like some of his great blocks get called back because he essentially bear hugged rather than just driving them through their pads.
I think the other problem is a lot of the guys he ends up having to engage with are
smaller than him.
Than him.
And I get that.
That's one of those natural things he can't really help. Plus, when he comes in, he's probably not going to start right away. So he's going to have some time to get that polished up too. Yeah. Because when he gets to the upper level, a lot of these other linemen and linebackers are going to be more like his size.
For sure.
Because he kind of got beat there too, though.
Because I just see he has great talent and he can do it. I just don't want him to have like a bunch of great blocks that get called back just because his arm was on the outside of the dude's body. Like that right there. That would have been holding.
Because that should have been a hold.
That would have been holding. As great as it looks, it would have been holding. That's a great engagement.
That's good stance. Because what I'm looking at and what I'm noticing a lot with him is that he does rely just a lot on his size rather than his technique.
Mm-hmm.
So and just like we've pointed out multiple times, like his hands will get lost and they will end up coming out wider than they need to. And when you get to the next level, a lot of experienced D linemen and linebackers are going to beat you.
They're either going to
Especially if you
beat
get
you.
guys who are dedicated edge rushers. If you're going to be a tackle, dedicated edge rushers, especially with experience, will beat you in hand fighting. Will beat you 10 times out of 10.
They're either going to beat you or they're going to be able to sell that hold that you do a whole lot better.
They're definitely going to sell the hold. Because they already know how to wave and flop their body to make sure
have that one arm extended. Like you ain't gonna have both arms. They gonna make sure they got one arm free so the ref can see, hey yo, I'm being held.
Because once that arm comes up here like this, they got you. It's over.
Yep. Oh, okay. Oh, not the ref just randomly threw it. Did you see the ref threw a penalty?
TDO.
Oh, you got
because he's got a solid base, especially when it comes to run blocking.
Yeah, oh for sure.
Solid base. He can get a good solid anchor on pass blocking. A lot of these guys, because there was one rusher that kind of beat him inside a little bit, and it forced this quarterback to have to scramble.
Up.
He got lost.
Hold on. Was that playing RPO?
He got lost.
Hold up.
No.
Okay. It's a straight. Yeah, he got lost. Because I was about to say, I was going to give him benefit of the doubt if it was an RPO and he didn't know if they had passed it.
Yeah, because now you can tell his arm got lost. Y'all think they move him inside? He's this year's class 2. He will be here soon. I don't think so. I think they'll keep him at a tackle.
I think they'll move him inside because he's even listed as interior offensive line.
Oh, they listed him. I think they'll keep him at a tackle.
Yeah, they listed him as interior offensive line.
That's a hold that he got away. It's a hold that he got away with a little bit. Because the real question is he going to be mobile enough to play at tackle at this level?
Funny enough, I don't think the mobility will actually be his problem.
I don't think it'll be a big problem either. Like I say, I think he's more built for a tackle.
Mm-hmm. Dog.
Because he gets down the line well enough. Because that's another one that was wide.
You could have called a hold if you wanted. Could have. Oh, great cut. Oh. There you go. Oh. All right, bro just flopped into him. Flopped into him like Ricky Spanish.
Yeah, because there's some of these edge setting blocks that I've seen that I feel like he needs to be a little more active on. Because like the 1-2 plays ago, instead of you scooting and searching, if you see them duck in like that, go ahead, either crash down on them or find the next level.
Yeah. That's the way to get out for that screen, though. Just don't get caught. Illegal man downfield.
Be careful. You only got but so much space.
Don't get caught with that illegal man downfield. Jesus. I think they actually threw the flag on that one.
They actually had him inside on this one. Because, yeah, he gets good leverage.
So one thing I will also say I've seen, I haven't seen him run into like a legitimate edge rusher who has moves. Like who.
And we know in high school, most of them don't have none.
Yeah.
But I also haven't really seen him run into one that actually wants to make contact with him either. Because a lot of them kind of just wait till he gets to them, and then by that time it's too late.
He's like, I'm just gonna wait, and oh God.
And to be honest, he could have missed. That could have been bad. Because that end got in there immediately. If it wasn't for the fact he just wasn't in the right place, that could have ended terrible. That'd have been a 5-yard
everything.
loss.
He's like, and no.
He's like, and get down.
All right. So think the young man's gonna be good. Not great right now, but honestly, he has the raw talent. Personally,
Oh yeah, there's plenty of
his game,
rough edges to polish and smooth out.
But I think he's going to be definitely a solid.
You never know. He may be one of those compound guys that they'll use both inside and outside.
For sure.
So yeah, you never know.
For sure. But with that being said, I got a game for us this week, and it's going to be kind of short. You may have a game too. So
no,
if it's too short. Okay. But
I mean, I have one, but I ain't got it set up yet, so you get.
But we're gonna play. We're gonna play pick one, man. You ready?
All right.
And you've seen this. You've seen this already. You've seen this, but we had to discuss it. I had to bring it to the forefront because I want to see what the masses say too. Who is the best in this decade? Who's at the best decade? Which NFL decade had the best running backs? Which decade is the best of running backs, man? You got the 1990s. Barry Sanders, Emmitt Smith, Marshall Faulk, Jerome Bettis. The 2000s, Curtis Martin, LaDainian Tomlinson, Edgerrin James, Tiki Barber. 2010s with Adrian Peterson, Marshawn Lynch, LaShawn McCoy, and Jamal Charles. Or the 2020s with Christian McCaffrey, Saquon Barkley, Jonathan Taylor, and Derrick Henry. I ain't gonna front. There are some names I wish would have switched out here and there, but that's just me. I would have switched them out with somebody else of that era, but that's just me.
Ooh, I'm about to say it because I'd probably switched out Curtis Martin for Priest Holmes.
I liked Edgerrin James. I really did like Edgerrin James.
Like, I'll keep Edgerrin James.
I might have.
Like I said, I would have swapped out Curtis Martin with somebody else.
Of the 2000s, I might have swapped out, and this, I can admit this might be some personal bias, but no, I can say I might have swapped out Edgerrin James or Curtis Martin for D'Angelo Williams, as well as Turner from the Falcons.
I think they're 2010s.
D'Angelo ain't. The reason why I know that is because D'Angelo and Jonathan Stewart had the 1,000-yard season together in the 2008 season.
Was that 2008?
Mm-hmm.
I could have swore that was later on because I could have swore that was post Cam Newton getting there.
Nope. So D'Angelo, he was from 2006 to 2014. He was a second team All-Pro in 2008, Pro Bowler in 2009, and then he was the touchdowns leader in 2008 and 2015.
It was like, because I could have swore the Jonathan Stewart and D'Angelo Williams 1,000 yards apiece was the 2014 year.
Oh no, it wasn't that year. Hold on. Let me double check though.
I could have swore it was post 2010 when they did that. Because I remember being extra upset. Because like I said, I remember it happening. You had Cam Newton, Greg Olsen was there, D'Angelo and Jonathan Stewart were there. Ted Ginn was still there.
It was 2009.
It's 2009. Okay.
Yep, that's what I said. I remember it being in the 2000s because they both ran for 1,000 yards apiece, and we called them double trouble. I remember that. It was before Cam Newton.
Because I think because I would replace Curtis Martin or Edgerrin James with you had Priest Holmes, you had Thomas Davis, Matt Forte.
Sean Alexander was another one.
Sean Alexander was in there.
Sean Alexander. That's who it was. Steven Jackson was the other one I was thinking of.
Steven Jackson was.
I knew there was another. I knew there was another Ram. I was like Marshall Faulk there, but there's another Ram I'm thinking of.
That big bowling ball of a man was a menace.
Like I knew that Brian Westbrook was one you could have pulled from Philly.
I was thinking Brian Westbrook, Warwick Dunn.
That's who it was. Warwick Dunn, not Turner, but Warwick Dunn.
And you could have picked either Tampa Bay or Atlanta Warwick. Either one of them would have been.
I was thinking of Atlanta.
Atlanta Warwick. So either one of them would have been right. Can I rank them instead?
No. You have put me in so many predicaments over the last few weeks.
Because to me, it's between 2010s and 1990s.
I can see that.
Just hold on. I want to make sure something. So no, he's technically 2000s too. Because I was thinking CJ2K too.
I would put CJ2K more in the 2010s because I feel like his best year was 2010, 2011.
Yeah, because he came in 08.
That's the same year as Adrian Peterson.
Yeah. I guess we're basing it on like when their peaks and stuff happen.
Yeah.
Mm. Yeah, because they say it's between the 1990s and the 2010s for me.
What's up with the 2020s? Like, you don't like the 2020s or the not enough there?
They're good. I don't think it's the same caliber of running back that you got from the 10.
They gonna hate you. They gonna hate you.
They can hate you all they want. You're never, because think about it, you're never getting the explosiveness again of an Adrian Peterson or the domination of a Marshawn Lynch. You're never getting those back ever. Sure, Derrick Henry is a freak of nature being at 6,002 feet.
I was about to say explosiveness.
Pounds.
I was about to say explosiveness wise, you can make that argument for Saquon. I mean, the man did do a backwards hurdle.
But here's the other thing. They're also blowing up during an era of football where defenses are handicapped severely.
Not for the running backs.
Where now it's technically a defense's job to protect.
Hey, not for the running backs. They handicap for the receivers and the quarterbacks for sure. I'll give you that.
But they
don't care about the running backs.
But 3 out of the 4 of them, the biggest part of their game, well, 2 out of the 4 of them, their biggest part of their game is being receiving backs on top of that.
I mean, that's what Shady McCoy was known for a lot too. Receiving out the backfield and then
Shady McCoy was one of the best receiving backs of that decade.
Hey, but what do you say? Crazy work. Crazy.
But you also got to remember 3 out of 4 of them are all pure runners. Jamal Charles got a pass or 2 out of the backfield, but Jamal Charles, most of his highlight was him getting the ball out of the backfield and just taking off. Then you got the 1990s where all 4 of them are Hall of Famers.
I'm gonna say this. One, say what you want. Did I watch the man in his prime? No, but I've seen the games. Barry Sanders is the best running back on this list.
Oh, absolutely.
But what he did in Detroit all his career, bro, I don't care what you say. Barry Sanders, the best running back on this list.
Barry Sanders ran so Adrian Peterson could sprint.
Basically. Like Barry Sanders is the best running back on this list.
Like, he
Emmitt
don't get enough
Smith
credit.
in the 90s had the best team around him. Emmitt Smith had the best out of those four. Emmitt Smith had the best
Emmitt
team.
Smith had the best team in the 90s. Then Marshall Faulk was part of the best show on turf.
He was.
Marshall Faulk was Barry Sanders Jr. for a little bit.
He was. And then Jerome Bettis.
And Jerome Bettis was a guy that shouldn't even have been a running back, but he was.
Here comes the bus. When you have a guy nicknamed the bus.
When you have a man that big that moves that quick.
And bro, he looked like an NFL street overweight lineman that you just changed to running back, and he would just run through you just like the Game Breakers did. That's exactly how Jerome Bettis played.
Remember that man had 3 touchdowns with 3 yards rushing.
Oh yeah, just I'm sorry, but I just imagine being a corner and they tell you to go blitz, and when you go blitz, all you hear is "Here comes the bus."
Not even that. You're a safety coming downhill, and the bus is coming directly at you, and all you see is Ray Lewis eyes behind them pads,
bro.
Like
being nicknamed the bus, like of all things, not Mack truck, not diesel, not even like the bus.
And this was during a time where there was a man called Refrigerator.
Refrigerator Perry.
Like, come on.
You want to know something hilarious about that, about Refrigerator Perry? I was in 5th grade. Yeah, I was in 5th grade. And the night before on Monday Night Football, it was the Bears playing, I think it was the 49ers. It might have been the Bears playing the 49ers. But I know the Bears are playing because they were talking about trivia, and the name got brought up about Refrigerator Perry. The next day, we're at recess, and the teacher says, "All right, we're going to decide captain. We're going to decide who's captains for flag football. In order to be a captain, you got to answer my trivia questions." One of the questions was, "Who is the refrigerator in the NFL?" I say, "Oh, Refrigerator Perry." I got to be a captain. Hey, she looked at me and she said, "I didn't expect you to know that."
Right? How you know that? What you know about Refrigerator Perry?
That was exactly her response. She said, "Don't none of you youngers know about the fridge. How you know about the fridge, Myron?
How you know about the fridge? What you know?"
I said, "I know I know he played for the Bears."
Man. And then you got, and I have to admit, like 2000s, LaDainian Tomlinson carries this group.
Oh, absolutely. LaDainian Tomlinson is
no disrespect. No disrespect to Tiki Barber. Tiki Barber was a little different.
I'm sorry.
LaDainian Tomlinson carries the 2000s.
LaDainian Tomlinson is the back of the 2000s, because think about it this way. LaDainian Tomlinson still has the record for most rushing touchdowns in a season. Still.
Then you got 2010s with Adrian Peterson with one of the best seasons in football history.
Marshawn Lynch ACL 8 months later and ran for so many. Oh my God.
Ran for 2,000 yards. Then you got Marshawn Lynch with 2 of the most memorable plays in NFL history with Beastquake and Beastquake 2. And
the most memorable interview in NFL history.
And the most memorable interview. And the one of the players that everybody knows was snubbed from a Super Bowl because their coaches made the wrong decision. Like I have never heard any other player unanimously defend somebody like they defended Marshawn Lynch after that season.
Yeah, I would have put CJ2K over LaShawn McCoy for here. Right, and Maurice Jones-Drew.
And Maurice Jones-Drew.
That's one they forgot. That's the one. That would have gave. I ain't gonna front. You put Maurice Jones-Drew and CJ2K over Shady and Jamal.
2010 is a wrap. 2010's got it.
even if it's not a rap, that they go band for band with the 90s.
Band for band.
They go band for band.
But I appreciate you, Joe. Yeah, we try to have a good time here. We glad you come in, man. I'm gonna have to give it to the 2010s. It's very hard. Very hard. And I wouldn't even want to give it a 20.
I'm going the 90s because
it's got to be the 90s.
3 beats 2. And the reason why I'm saying that is like Barry Sanders, the Bus, and Emmitt Smith.
Marshall Faulk. Yeah, and Marshall Faulk.
Marshall Faulk. Those 3.
Yeah, Quan, you right. It's the 90s, 2010s, 2020s, and 2000s.
Like those 3. Because like Emmitt Smith was a great running back. However, we all agree he had the best team in the 90s.
He had one of the best teams in the 90s.
Like Adrian and Marshawn carried the 10s. And that fall off to Shady and Jamal when you could have had Maurice Jones-Drew and CJ2K, that fall off is too hard.
Because I ain't gonna lie, the 2010s was stacked for running backs.
Bro, I'm looking at the list now, bro. You got Arian Foster, Jamal. This is the 2010 alone, just this year. Leading rushers. I'm going in order from first down. Arian Foster, Jamal Charles, Michael Turner, Chris Johnson, Maurice Jones-Drew, then Adrian Peterson.
Yeah.
Yeah. Followed by Rashard Mendenhall, Steven Jackson, Ahmad Bradshaw, Ray Rice, Peyton Hillis, Darren McFadden, Cedric Benson, then LaShawn McCoy. Then Matt Forte, then Ben-Jarvius Green-Ellis, then LeGarrette Blount, then Fred Jackson, then LaDainian Tomlinson, shout out LT for still being there, then Thomas Jones, then Frank Gore. How is Frank Gore not also involved in here? It's kind of crazy. Got to give him credit for longevity.
Because and we'll even talk. We got to say because Marshawn Lynch with the Bills was good. He was good with the Bills.
He was above average to good moments.
But once he got to Seattle,
Seattle Marshawn was a different animal.
Seattle Marshawn was
the same beast.
Exactly. Like you took the beast out of the hood, but the hood didn't come out the beast.
Hey, he got to restore his community. Get them chickens. He said, I got to go get turkeys back out in the hood. Restore my community.
You gotta stack your chicken.
Hey, protect your mentals. But yeah, I would go 90s, 10s, 2020s. Because
once again, like LaShawn McCoy is the weak link in the 2010s in that group.
Yeah. Because outside of his shiftiness, LaShawn McCoy ain't touching them. Like he's good for breaking one ankle. He's good for breaking an ankle, but I'm like, where are the yards for this broken ankle you gave me, sir? You got 3 yards.
Because they recently did like a stat pad where they pulled LaShawn McCoy for the Bills at the time, and he wasn't even the leading rusher for the team at that time. It was like Thomas Henry or something.
Right.
It was some dude with the last name of Henry that I don't even remember being on the team.
So yeah, I think
because LaShawn had great highlights, but like when it came down to like actually putting up stats, it was like,
yeah,
he was top 20, but he was never really a top 10 guy
for sure. But I think we can agree. 90s,
the 90s got it.
20s. 2000. Y'all did the 2000s. I feel like you could have done better on this 2000s list.
They could have did better with the 2000s list.
Y'all didn't do enough for that one.
And then on top of that, you have to admit the 90s, all 4 of those running backs are literal game-changing running backs. Put the ball in any 4, even with Emmitt Smith, put the ball in any 4 of their hands from the 90s.
They can.
When you need a play made, 9 times out of 10, they're making that. Eric Dickerson was 80s.
Was it? Yeah.
I think Eric Dickerson was the 80s.
Somebody said, because there's somebody literally right here on the right in Twitter said the 80s with Dickerson, Peyton, Allen, Craig, Dorsett, and Walker. Oh, Joel. Look, right here on the right, it said somebody put the 80s. It's like adding the 80s with Dickerson, Walter Payton, Craig, and Dorsett, and Allen. Oh. That would have been, oh man. Oh, we got to get off this because that would have been.
But say Marcus Allen, your boy Marcus Allen was different.
Tony. Oh yeah, that would have been dirty.
Tony Dorsett,
that
Walter Payton,
Eric Dick, bro. That would have been dirty. That would have been filthy. All right, man. We've been here for a good amount of time. I thought that was fun. I thought that was great. Now it's time for our
Joe. And Joe said Bo Jackson.
Bruh, not Bo, too. Let's get these takeaways and get up out of here. I think you're first this week.
Word. That'll never not be funny.
I might just keep that forever until I can actually save the sound.
That'll never not be funny. So Tar Heel takeaway of the week. Make sure you get your allergy medicine. Get your eye drops. Rinse your cars down. Rinse your sidewalks. Dust yourself off when you come in the house. Because we ain't staining our couches with yellow powder. We ain't doing it. The ridiculous assault on our sinuses, our eyeballs. Rhinocort, get your Rhinocort, your Flonase, your Claritin, your Allegra D, because we know the irregular Allegra don't work. And make sure it's the Allegra from behind the pharmacy counter. Don't get the one over on the counter. Don't get the one off the shelf. It don't work.
This coming from the former CVS employee.
Your Sudafedrins. Once again, the ones up behind the counter. Don't get the other ones.
The EMT certified former CVS employee.
Your sinus rinses. All of it. Get all of it. Because boy, the time is upon us. All the cars are yellow. The windows are yellow. The streets are yellow. You take a step in the grass, all you see is puff yellow everywhere. I walked around outside in socks a couple days ago. I came back, the top of my socks were no longer black. And I'm sick and tired of it. But I know one thing. I ain't walking outside my house and instantly getting smacked with moisture because I ain't hit the humid summer yet. Because that's even more disrespectful. I'd rather sneeze than step outside and wonder why I've been assaulted with the wave of heat that I've been assaulted with. So just be careful out there. Be prepared because the weather does not care. Thank you for coming to my tent.
Oh, Lord. All right, man. My Tar Heel takeaway a week. Hey, yo, Major League Baseball, you got it right with this ABS system. You got it 1,000% right. And I know I've seen some people who are sitting there saying, "Oh, it's taken away from the game, and what are we doing? We have to be spoon-fed balls and strikes now. Like we can't just rely on the No. Here's the bad part. Some of these umpires are so bad at their job that that's the reason why this system is brought into place. That's the reason why this system is brought into place. Now, keep the umpires on the field for the human element, sure, but keep the ABS system in place. I'm loving the challenges. I'm loving the fact that it's not just batters. Fielders can do it. Catchers can do it. Coaches, I'm loving it. I'm loving it. And we're catching stuff in real time, especially from umpires like CJ Buckner, who are just making this man missed and overturned Like he had 8, I think, calls, 6 or 8 calls overturned just the other day, including one blatant one at first base where dude wasn't even watching the base and tried to say the runner never tagged the bag, but he wasn't even looking at the runner tagging the bag. I'm so glad that they've introduced the ABS system because I don't want a situation in the way the World Baseball Classic semifinal ended between the U.S. and Japan. I don't want games ending on bad strike calls. I don't want games ending on bad missed calls. If my team loses, but the call was right, I'm okay with that. I am perfectly okay with that. It is what it is. I'm okay if they lose, but it was the right call rather than us winning and then coming back. As a Panthers fan, I know that for a fact. So, Major League Baseball, keep the ABS going forward. Keep the umpires on the field because you do need that human element. You always need that human element, but it gives the fans something to look forward to because if you take the umpires off the field, then we know it's fully automatic. And now you're sitting there reliant on, hopefully stuff not malfunctioning, but electronics are made by humans. Stuff malfunctions. However, keep the human element on the field because when challenges happen, the fans get excited. The fans want to see if it gets overturned or not. And then the moments where the umpire actually was right, guess what? He gets to boast his chest or she gets to boast her chest and be like, yeah, I told you, I know my job. But people like CJ Buckner, yeah, nah, you need that system. You need that system. Cause oh God, I wish y'all had implemented this sooner. Cause imagine the outcome. Imagine how many things could have been different in Major League history had we had this implemented since the 2000s. Since 2000, just 2000 alone, just the last 25, 26 years. How many World Series do you think would be changed? Something to think about, man. That's all I got. Want to send us on our way, sir?
Appreciate y'all for coming in. Thank you. Love y'all being here. We're glad that y'all enjoy us. We're glad y'all enjoy being here. We'll catch y'all next week. Once again, join us live every Tuesday, 9 p.m. here at North Carolina Live. See y'all next week. Stay safe out there. We out, y'all.
Bye.
Peace.